Time for another bedroom makeover. Here's what the room looked like before, so all the carpet had to come out. It's a small room and super dark, so I wanted to make sure to brighten it up. After I removed the carpet, I started just by scraping all the carpet glue off and all the tack strips. And these walls were covered by these little hooks. I can't even imagine what was on them. So I got my hammer and one by one started pulling all the hooks out. I'm also going to be adding a closet system by Modular Closet, so I wanted to make sure to take down that rod and patch up any of those holes. I also took down that closet railing because I'm going to be installing some really cool sliding bifold doors. And before I started painting, I got my sanding sponge and smoothed out all of the spackle that I used to cover the holes. For this room, to brighten it up, I am using my go-to color, which is Bear's Blank Canvas. I first put some primer on top of those areas that I spackled and then started by giving it 2 coats of paint. I didn't notice that the walls were that dirty until I started painting, and wow, this made such a big difference. Some of the spots that I had spackled needed some texture, and because the walls are a sandy texture, I added some Rolotex into the paint pan. Now that the room was painted, it's time for flooring. And I already ran it in the hallway in that other bedroom and bathroom, so I'm having to start it from over here. The floors I'm running through the entire house are by Christina Collection, and it is an LVP flooring in the color Veneer. Prep work is key with LVP flooring, so the first thing I'm doing is undercutting all of the jams so the flooring can slide right under it. And to do this, I just use a scrap piece of LVP as my guide and then my multi-tool. So before I start laying, I'm using my shop vac to make sure that I get up any of the loose dirt. And you might not be able to tell right away, but eventually if you have a loose screw or nail on the floor, it'll start showing through. And depending on what type of LVP you're laying, check with the manufacturer and see what kind of underlayment or vapor barrier is required. And I've laid all the LVP floors up until now by using my miter saw to cut it. And I had a friend suggest get a floor cutter, and oh my gosh, what a difference. I cannot believe that I've been laying LVP for years without it. Not only does it save me so much time and cut like the entire process in half, but there is no more mess, no more of those rubber pieces sticking to the walls. And if you've ever cut LVP floors, then you know exactly what I mean. But once I finished the floors in the closet, I had all of the closet systems sitting behind here in boxes, so I decided just to go ahead and install that while I was at it. This is a really DIY inexpensive system by Modular Closets that just makes this small closet functional. I just sent them my closet measurements and then they were able to send me back different designs, and I chose what one and they delivered it straight to the house. And as you can tell, I put it in by myself, so it was pretty easy. And after 2 hours, I had a complete closet system. On the left side, there's 2 spots for hanging. In the middle, there's adjustable shelves along with 4 drawers. And then on the right side, another shelf with spot for long dresses. And then my plan was to go ahead and finish all of the floors in this room. But that quickly changed because there's another entryway to this room on the right-hand side, and I'm having to carry the floors out to there, but that area is not ready yet. So in the meantime, I decided to install some sliding bifold doors. I started out by adding 1x4s around the closet opening. And I added some extra support to that top piece of trim because that's going to be holding all of the support for the doors. I added some wood filler to all of the holes, sanded it down, primed it, and gave it 2 coats of paint. And I'm just installing this kit that I bought from Amazon to make these bifold doors sliding. And as always, I have full tutorials on my IG stories. I got these doors in stock at Home Depot and gave them a nice coat of Bear Ultra Pure White and semi-gloss. And then I installed the hardware on the actual doors and attached it to the rollers that were on the rail. They are also held in position by a floor guide that I attached directly to the slab. I still have to add some handles, but I love the way that they look. They actually open and close so much easier than your normal bifold doors. They just slide right along that rail. And you can transform your own bifold doors by doing the same thing. And then finally, it was time to take down that little fan. It had to be the noisiest thing ever. I could not wait to put up the new Hunter fan. I love all Hunter fans just because they're so easy to install. So this is currently what the room looks like. So as soon as I do any more, I'll post a part 2.